Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. In today's video, we are building another starter home. This is a 2x1 bedroom starter home. It is in Newcrest. It is right next door to Tuesday's build. So if you haven't seen Tuesday's build, we did a 1x1 starter home in Newcrest. There's a little sneak peek of how the exterior looks like. And for this build, I struggled with the exterior. So that's why you can see that we've just jumped inside to the floor plan. I started with the exterior, had the worst time with the roofing, and decided I needed to go in a different direction. This is what happens when I kind of just load my game and start to build. Sometimes it doesn't click. And that's why quite often I do design my floor plans on grid paper. But this one was a little bit of a, we'll just see how she goes. She'd be right. So we are working out the floor plan. I am starting to place furniture to kind of map out where I want things to go and the scale of each room. The kitchen and the living room do tend to stay the same. We then, on this downstairs, we have a bathroom and we have a infant's room. The infant's room being downstairs is not my favorite, but I've done that in this particular build because there was just not enough space upstairs. Ideally, I would like to have the master bedroom and the infant's room on the same floor, but there just wasn't enough room. And this definitely fits in budget for having 3 Sims. I don't think it would, I think it is over 20,000 simoleons. There are a couple of items that do make this build a little bit more expensive. Some of the rugs I choose to use are a little bit expensive. But also I put in like a faux fireplace, and I am naughty because this particular fireplace is from the holiday pack, which is technically not Basegame, but it's free. So, yeah, if you don't have the holiday pack and you do choose to download this build, it just will not be in your game, which is fine. It's not a functional fireplace anyway, so it's not a huge problem. So this is the upstairs. It's very tiny, as mentioned, and it's simply got the master bedroom, and then I do just put a desk that has nothing on it in the hallway, which if I had more funds, I probably would just put a computer on that desk and whatnot. This was kind of the point where I realized I needed to fix the exterior. It just wasn't right. It doesn't look right. And then I realized that it would look better with a chimney. So you'll see that in a moment where I decide to put in a chimney. And I could have just had that chimney there for decoration. Sometimes it's nice to add bump outs or chimneys or other accent pieces to the exterior of the build just to make the exterior better. You may not utilize that space or that area in the floor plan, but it just looks more appealing from the outside. Okay, things I like about this build. I like this little entry area. So you walk in and I've got a bookcase and a chair, and it's just kind of nice. It's a nice little sitting area. You could have also put a desk there and make that into like a little study nook. And then, you've got I really like where the staircase is placed. As I said, the staircase placement had to be done first because there's such a small area upstairs that it was very limited spots to where you could put that staircase. So that is definitely one of a trick of mine, is to always start with your stairs, especially if it's a very, weird shape, kind of shell. I guess it's called the shell that you're dealing with. All right, we are upstairs, just adding in some more windows and looking at the master bedroom. Yep, so we're adding in our chimney, and automatically it just lifts this build. And we are going to add our columns. I'm just going to fix up and finalize the exterior of this build, which I know it's in a very weird order. And I think that's the other thing that I want to focus on my building, is completing full sections before I move to another section. I just think for you guys who are watching it, it might look a little bit more, easier to follow on if I do the entire outside and the actual shell and then move into decorating or landscaping or whatnot. We've gone with a brick and a sliding house today. I love doing brick and more colonial style builds in Willow Creek and in Newcrest. They're the type of build styles that I like to build, and it's just easy. Sometimes it's nice to not have that decision fatigue and just pick something that's very basic. And also next door, which was Tuesday's build, does also utilize brick. So it kind of means that as a street, that like it has street appeal, like it kind of goes with all the other houses in the street. Now, the build that is on the other side, on the corner of this street, is I think it's actually our holiday build. So I think this is in a save file that I have one save file that I build all my stuff in, and I believe that is actually a holiday build. So if you see it, that's what that build is. It is available on the channel. I think it's the cabin holiday home. It's there. You'll see it. Anyway, so we've just rearranged where the table is. I've changed all the wood tones again because I went with a mid-tone flooring. I love this flooring. It came to the base game in an update when we got high school years, I believe. And I felt that middle tone flooring with that dark wainscoting wallpaper, it just didn't go well with the light wood color furniture. I wonder if I changed this bed. I'll be very surprised if I don't, because as I said, it's got that light wood tone, which I'm trying to change. But maybe I do keep it the same. As I said, I've just got the desk up there. There's not much else going on there. The poor infant doesn't have a toy. I have a rug, I have a crib, and I have a bedside table. I do change it. There we go. I make it darker. I love this little wardrobe. Well, it's not little, but I love this wardrobe. It came to us again in an update where a CC creator designed some assets that came with the pack. Didn't come with the pack, sorry, that came to the base game. All right, so that's basically the inside. I think the inside's done. We are now moving into the landscaping, I believe. So we're just finalizing the stairs and all of those other parts. And we're moving into landscaping. Now, one way I could make this more affordable is obviously using debug. All this landscaping is free. So we've gone ahead with that. And instead of using fences, I've used hedges. And that allows me to kind of create the division that a fence would have, but I'm using hedges. I do make sure that there is a gap so that the Sims can, still access the back. Because at this stage we had very little funds, I wasn't able to furnish the backyard the way I like it. So you don't have a grill, you don't have a seating area, you don't have any kind of activities, but you have a bin and you have a mailbox. So I don't know. So I just went with basic greenery. I did add a little bit of color. As you can see, some purple flowers here. I am trying to use a little bit more color in my landscaping, but I just like what I like. Speaking of things I like, I love this path, this pebbled path. I used to use it a lot and I haven't used it in a while. So I was excited to use that, and I've just gone and put some dirt under all of the plants, and I'm just touching up this and putting the stairs back. As I said, I've lowered that foundation, and we will be going in for the tour. Oh, moved a tree. And adding some trim to the roof. Alrighty. So we are live in game, and we're going to do our tour. So you head in, you have that lovely entryway that I mentioned. You have a living room, the kitchen, the dining, and then down the hall you have that infant's room and a bathroom. You head upstairs and you have that desk, and you have the second bedroom, that master bedroom. And around the back you have absolutely no furniture. Very sad, but some lovely landscaping. And I just want to add in a little bit more dirt there. And yeah, that is the build today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and please consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.